Hello Counter-Strike enjoyers. We've been waiting a long time, fellas. Remember how we spent the last few months telling each other to temper our expectations, talking about how Source 2 wouldn't be any different from current CSGO, and how maybe we won't even be able to tell? Well, Valve said, "F that shit, we do not roll like that." How about we overhaul the entire graphics? A 128-tick server. How about we give you a subtick update architecture? How about we give you volumetric smokes? What if you made the smokes interact with the world? How about an overhauled UI? New audio? How about we take your brain and f it doggy style? Pardon my French. Well, Valve's gone ahead and done exactly that. It's called Counter-Strike 2 and it looks dope. And from the first impressions off of Twitch, Source 2 seems to have gone above and beyond what the community expected. But before all of that, let's talk about how you can play this limited test release of Counter-Strike 2. All the information you need is here at this link, which I've placed conveniently into the description, so go have a look. But long story short, if you're a Counter-Strike player without a whack ban on record, you will be invited to download and test this limited version, which for now only seems to have Dust 2 as the sole playable map on Deathmatch and Unranked Competitive. If you're too lazy to click the link, pause the video right here and have a read for yourself. The invites, in the words of the devs, are sent out on the basis of a number of factors deemed important by the devs, including but not limited to recent playtime on Valve servers, trust factor, and Steam account standing. I do not have the test version in my hands yet, but some people in my friends list already do, and hopefully they don't keep me waiting until the official release. But I know that they will, because my luck is dog shit. Valve has released 3 videos showcasing the major changes from Global Offensive to Counter-Strike 2, and what's got the community creaming their pants are the smokes. Counter-Strike 2 has completely overhauled how smokes work in-game, and the game now renders them as volumetric 3D objects that interact with the environment, get blown away when frag grenades detonate within them, and get pierced by bullets. So in CS2, if you try to spam a smoke, you give an enemy a peek right at your entire face. Also look at this gorgeous lighting on the smokes, and the glow when muzzle flashes occur within the volume. Absolutely sick. The smokes now interact with the objects within the game and behave in a more or less physically realistic way, filling out the space they're in. So I suppose the days of one-way smokes clipping through walls to mess with players on the other side are gone. Also, they'll be the same for every player now. In Global Offensive, the smokes are rendered on the client side, meaning that each player might look at the same smoke and see different shapes, leading to unfair advantages and needless RNG. This aspect of the new system is something that is objectively a good thing, because now you can actually rely on your smoke and trust that you're seeing what the enemies and your teammates are seeing. This change tinkers with one of the fundamental gameplay mechanics of Counter-Strike, and I suppose only time will tell if it proves to be a balanced update or something that completely breaks the balance of the game. Either way, I'm excited as hell. The next major change comes in the form of a subtick netcode, which fundamentally alters how your game communicates with the server. Until now, CSGO's official matchmaking servers had a set 64-tick rate, which means that the communication between your game client and the game server updated 64 times a second. However, all third-party matchmaking and all competitive matches on the professional level used 128-tick, which meant that the average player would have to learn 2 sets of utility lineups if they wanted to enjoy both official servers and third-party matchmaking. Here's how the official documentation describes it.
Thanks to Counter-Strike 2's subtick update architecture, servers know the exact instant that motion starts, a shot is fired, or a nade is thrown. As a result, regardless of tick rate, your moving and shooting will be equally responsive, and your grenades will always land the same way.
Now all of us will be able to learn the same set of lineups, and they should work everywhere, which is a godsend. It's also demolished the 64 versus 128-tick server debate, but given that we're just in limited release, I bet that there's issues that still need to be worked out, and whether this update is objectively superior to the tick rate system in place in Global Offensive is something I can only tell you after the community has had enough time with it. The third video that was released has to do with the maps of Counter-Strike. The devs have taken a 3-pronged approach into upgrading the maps, dividing up the new maps into 3 groups: full overhaul maps, upgrade maps and touchstone maps. Full overhaul maps are, in their words, quote,
Maps that have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the new Source 2 tools and rendering features, unquote.
Upgrade maps are the maps that use new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections. And touchstone maps are classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2. These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise haven't been changed. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Right now, the only map in the limited release is Dust 2, which does look pretty gorgeous with the new lighting. But along with the map upgrades, there's also upgrades to everything else. Upgraded blood splatter and red mist. The blood now fades over time, so I guess we can all stop spamming clear decals every 2 seconds. Other upgrades include, quote,
an all-new look and behavior for water, explosions, fire, smoke, muzzle flashes, bullet tracers, impact effects, and more.
Special shout out to my beer bottle shader from Half-Life Alyx, which has finally made its way into the great game. And last but not the least, the user interface has been renovated into a much more modern, sleek experience, which I quite like from first impressions. I like the new console and I can't wait to see what the new demo UI system looks like. Hopefully it's a lot more smooth than what we had in Global Offensive, although that isn't saying much, I admit. Some of the guns have received changes to their audio. To quote Valve once more,
Counter-Strike 2's sounds have been reworked to better reflect the physical environment, be more distinct, and express more game state. They have also been rebalanced for a more comfortable listening experience.
Lastly, the limited release page announces that these are only a subset of the new features from Counter-Strike 2, and over a few months they'll start expanding on them. And I'm insanely hyped to see what else they've got in store. If you get the invite to the limited release as of now on the 23rd of March, you can only play Deathmatch and Unranked Competitive on Dust 2. You cannot modify items in your inventory through the limited release, which means no applying or scraping stickers, no trade-up contracts or anything of the sort. You cannot play any workshop maps or play on community servers as of now, and it's only available on Windows. The XP you earn in CS2, however, does carry over to CSGO. Summer 2023 is the release date given by Valve for Counter-Strike 2, and I cannot wait to play the full thing. But it's probably months away and hopefully not completely broken. But for now, it's good to be a Counter-Strike fan. That's it from me for now. Good luck, have fun, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.